Fighting out of the blue corner, out of Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, at 125, Bruce Shoo Shoo
Hey,
Carrington.
hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for joining me. How's everything going during the quarantine? Appreciate you being here.
Everything's going good. My birthday was yesterday.
Happy
Um,
birthday.
yeah, thank you, appreciate it. The family just made the most of it. We had some vegan cake, because I'm plant based. Had some vegan cake and whatnot, and this we just had some really a lot of fun. But even during this whole quarantine thing, we're just making the most of it. Like I'm saying, we're getting the right things, our essentials, the things that we need, just to get through this whole pandemic. It's just, everybody's good. Everybody's doing good though.
It's nice, man. You know what? Sometimes a little solitude, a little, taking a break from everything is good. My dad said, take it for what it's worth. My dad said, you know what? This might be God's way of resetting the world.
Probably.
And you know what? You might be right. You kind of reevaluate what's important, be with family, be with close friends, and, just kind of learn to do without certain distractions. So, I guess take it for what it's worth, but it's good though. Glad that you're doing well. And, I understand that you just moved out to Long Island last year. Congratulations. Nice suburbs, living out there, a little more peace and quiet than Brooklyn.
Definitely, man. It's like, the city, like Brooklyn is it's just really like busy, and there was just a lot of things that I had to focus on one thing. I tried to focus on two things at one time. But now it's just, I'm living out here in Westbury, Long Island. It's like it's much quieter, much, more solitude. And I get to focus on the things that I need to get done right away. I can just, mainly just focus on my training. I have a gym here too as well. And so I live inside a gated community, and
Nice.
yeah, we have a gym inside it as well. So I can easily just get up any time of the night and just go to the gym and just work out.
That's perfect, man. Midnight pumps are the best.
Definitely, yeah.
Wait, you said you're vegan. So
No, plant-based.
Plant-based.
I don't want to say I'm vegan because vegans don't even wear animal coats and animal leather shoes and stuff like that. I still wear that type of stuff. So I used to try to stay vegan, but once I started to learn the actual the culture, it's like a whole culture. I don't want to disrespect it. You know what I mean? So,
Otherwise, you start dressing like people from Whole Foods.
yeah. I'm plant-based.
So wait, where did that come from? You just started, watching Tom Brady, and you're like, you know what? He looks 41, 42, whatever he is. So, let me get on that.
Yeah, what it was is me and my dad, we had watched this. We were just surfing on Netflix, and we just had tripped upon this documentary called "What the Health." And "What the Health," it was basically giving us knowledge about just so many things about how a lot of companies, organizations, they tell us to have these certain diets to try to lose weight, and all the time those type of foods that they have in these diets give cancers and contributes to diabetes and stuff like that. All these heart associated foundations and stuff too, Derek, all of this stuff. And it was just also very knowledgeable because it was teaching us how to defeat certain sicknesses and reverse certain sicknesses and cure yourself without taking any medicine, any processed things. And just straight with the plants and the food. And I felt like that was just beautiful to me. I don't want to feel like I'm treating myself. I want to cure myself. It's a difference between yourself treated and yourself cured. And I just, it was just a no-brainer. Me and my dad, we just both, started that day cold turkey. And then since then.
How long ago was that?
This was it was almost 3 years. I would say almost 3 years.
Wow. So no midnight snacks and Mickey D's, no cheeseburgers, no medium rare.
Nah.
That's a tough choice, man.
Yeah, I don't eat none of that because it's just now I know what's in the food. If you're literally just focusing,
right.
You if you're really thinking about what you're eating something that's dead. You're eating dead carcass. You're eating
right.
That's not. It can't be good.
Yeah.
So if you really think about it, people don't want to. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna ruin my food." Well, it is what it is.
Yeah. No, it's funny you say that because I started, I started you know, meeting more people that are like that. And I'm like, oh, like, you know, so how do you get your protein in? How do you get certain food groups and really commit a good diet where you're not always, you know, hungry? Or I don't know, sometimes when I get hungry, I get like, you don't want to get in my way, because I just like, I get hangry. I get hangry.
Yeah, no. The main key, the secret behind even sticking to this diet, to be honest, is to make sure you don't get yourself too hungry, because your body, us humans, like, we have a defensive mechanism. When you're hungry, everything is appetizing. So
Right.
it's just like, that's the one thing you don't want to get to, because then you're gonna get tempted to eat that little chicken wing, a little piece of burger, meat, and stuff like that. Whatever's around you, and usually those are the things that's around you. It's easy access. So it's just like, yeah, you want to make sure if you snack in between certain meals and just keep yourself like not hungry.
So would you say doing that type of diet the last few years, you feel a lot cleaner, you feel, you know, you don't feel lethargic, you know, you feel like you're ready to compete at the top level every single day?
Listen, let me tell you this, right? Ever since I started being plant-based, it's just like my my energy just boosted like tenfold. Like I just get up like 5 a.m, sometimes just go for a run.
Wow.
It's just like when I'm eating regular, like, you know, burgers and whatnot, like those, like, the food makes you sluggish. Like the type of
Yeah.
food really make me like really sluggish, and you get like, you know, you feel all sleepy and stuff like that. You know, that you know, call it the itis. You know, you get that feeling, you know what I'm saying? That's not natural. That's your body shutting down. Food is your fuel. It's not supposed to shut you down. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure you're eating a certain type of foods that's fueling you, giving you that energy, the right vitamins and things of that sort. Even protein, like, you know, eating like a lot of, you know, beans, like lentil beans and certain other type of things. Like, people don't, you know when they say, you know, you get your protein from animals and stuff like that.
Right.
You really get your protein. The only reason why you get your protein from animals is because that animal is eating the plants. The plant is your protein. Why the animal to try to get your protein? You can go straight to the source. You know, you just got to
I like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You just got to just double up on the greens, more greens than anything on a plate, and then just eat your food like that.
You know what, man? If it works for you, God bless. You know, I feel what you're saying, because when you eat clean, you know, no alcohol, you know, no soda, you know, you stay away from all that type of stuff, you feel a lot better. And definitely, obviously, in a profession like yours, you need maximum performance every day, whether it's
Yeah.
training, whether it's obviously, you know, during a fight or before a fight, whatever the case is. So, you know what, man, God bless. I like that. You might have convinced me to start trying a little plant-based diet.
Listen, man, you gotta try it. Listen, you gotta look. You gotta try it, man. Look at the evidence. Right here. You know, I'm number one in the nation right now. Number one featherweight. You know, this is, you know, this example right here. Like, I've been so much stronger. Like, I've been, even in sparring, like, I was just overwhelmed. Like, people that I'm sparring, like, my last fight I fought in Bulgaria, I fought this guy from Ukraine, just overwhelming him with my power, and just my energy was just like, stamina is increased. Like, I feel like a different warrior now, you know? So I'm telling you, man, it's just a huge difference. You just gotta make sure your body just adjusts to everything. You know, give your body time to, you know, adjust to the new diet, because it will have some withdrawals and stuff like that. You're gonna have withdrawals, but you just gotta get your body used to it. Your body's gonna adapt. Your body, you have no idea how amazing your body is.
So Bruce Carrington is officially saying, if you become plant-based and stop eating meat and animal products, you will be the #1 Olympic champion.
Yeah, basically, just to sum it up.
All right, it's in black and white. It's in writing. You know what? So if it backfires, you come to Bruce. So talk to me here. You are 37-19 with 1 knockout. What does it mean being a professional, and how do you go about the training each day? And, you know, what is your mindset behind, you know, the day in, day out grind to become better than yesterday?
Well, I'm still amateur. That's like what BoxRec has on my amateur record. Yeah, I'm still amateur. But yeah, no, what as of right now, it's just like just me maintaining like the goal right now, like just to be number one. Like I train, I make sure I train to keep myself busy day in day out. When I'm getting ready for these fights, and I'm in training camp. I do like a lot of training camp in like Colorado Springs with the U.S. team, and we get up, train 3 times a day, and burn our bodies out running up incline mountains in Colorado, high altitude, and we just make sure we do everything we can just to get that gold medal. And that's just the main focus that I'm on right now. I'm still getting ready for this Olympics, whether if it was this year, 2021, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna wait, and we just gonna get it. Just that simple.
So when you're not in Colorado and you're not going out training, you're doing stuff on your own, or with your trainer, taking through the average day.
Okay, well, I would say like around 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, I will do some strength conditioning. My coach Scooter, I will work out. I will do some workout there, and then probably like I will take a rest, and then probably like I would say in the afternoon, I will do some sparring. Probably like about 5-6 rounds of sparring with some elite guys. Cause I have like a lot of elite guys coming out of my gym, like Chris Colbert, and just a number of other guys. I spar with them for a number of rounds. And then I would say I would do like 30 minutes on a bag nonstop without a rest. Then finish off with some 13 minutes of shadow boxing and calisthenics, my abs and everything. And then if I feel, if I still feel I got a lot of energy after that, I'll just go home and then use my training facility inside the house and just go for a little jog.
See, just, something like what you just said just goes to show the commitment and the desire to the grind and to be great that you have to have in order to even come close to achieving your goal as a boxer. It's a rigorous and demanding lifestyle. It's because it's not even that's what it is. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, it definitely is. It really is. You have to understand, like, you have to surrender to to the sport. Like, basically, you have to make sure, like, this is like what you breathe, eat, you breathe, eat, sleep. You have to breathe, eat, sleep boxing. Like, literally, I have friends sometimes, like, they come over to the house and they walk in, they just see like me watching some boxing fight in the living room. They're just like, man, you just love you some boxing. Like, that's all you care about is boxing. I'm like, this is my life. Like, you can't knock it. It's just simply put as that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what it takes. And, it's great that you have the drive and you have the desire to be, the best you can be and just go after what you want and accomplish it. So that being said, like, who's your biggest inspiration?
Well, getting into, like, I have a number of inspirations, but getting into boxing, Mike Tyson was one of them, major, because, from Brownsville. And, everybody glorified Mike Tyson in Brownsville because, man, he's a beast. Him, also, Floyd Mayweather, love Floyd Mayweather. But also I gotta put my family in there as well too. My mom, my dad, people that got me into the sport, because without them I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I have a number of other inspirations. I could go down the line, but yeah, those are the main immediate ones that I could think of off the top of my head.
Who would you compare yourself to as a boxer? Who would you say you're most like?
I would say Mayweather. Yeah, Floyd Mayweather.
I knew you were gonna say that though. That's your favorite boxer, right?
That's my favorite boxer now. Yeah, because Mike Tyson. I used to fight like Mike Tyson when I was like younger, like I first started. Because who wouldn't want to fight like Mike Tyson? But when I first started boxing, I was shorter than everybody I was fighting, and so I had to utilize that peekaboo style and be aggressive and slip a lot of punches and come up with explosively. But then as I got older, my body started to grow out, and I started to get a different type of physique to where I couldn't use that style anymore. It didn't work well with my size and my figure. I started to gravitate naturally towards the boxing style, like the Mayweather style, the boxer puncher. He is the patient waiting and countering, effectively,
stick and move,
setting up shots, stuff like that. Yeah, simply like it's like that. So yeah, Mayweather, that's the person I really feel like I'm more like, I compare myself to now, because everything, like, it's a lot of things that he does that, I take and I could just easily translate into a fight, like, easily. So I was just like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to just study this guy. But it's just,
I mean, listen, if you're anything close to him, I think you're pretty good, right? I know,
yeah.
isn't he?
What fascinates me about him fighting, you know, what fascinates me, like, you know, a lot of boxers can get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? It takes one
Right.
person to knock a person out. What fascinates me was really, I feel like, really what's really a dog about Mayweather is the fact that no matter what style you have, no matter how aggressive you are, whatever, he will slow down your punch count and take you out of your fight and beat you for 12 rounds straight, beat you down like a dog for 12 rounds straight.
Right.
I feel like if you knock someone out, you know, Deontay, like, he's a bad guy, you know, that's what's up. But I feel like it's real, like, you know, just heartless. You just beating the dude down for 12 rounds straight. Like they lost their will. They lost their all type of like confidence and everything. They're just getting it. That's what I loved about Mayweather. He can just take you out your game, and that's what I do in my fights.
He makes you fight his game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just said, that's incredible. Like no matter who he's fighting, he can make you fight his game and, you know, take you into his world.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's not just obviously the physical attributes, being able to hit, being able to dodge. It's, you know, it's all about this planning. It's about, you know, setting up strategy.
80% is all about mental. 80%. The 20 hours.
Yes.
20 I would say physical, but 80% is up here. It's like you gotta be, you're in there like a chess game. It's a chess match in there. The whole time you gotta be 5 steps ahead of your opponent. And if they make a move, you already know you got plan B, C, and D to back up and, you know, defend against them. You know, you have to be ready at all times.
So what goes through your mind during a fight? When you're in a fight, whether you're winning, whether you're losing, you know, what's going on in here, speaking of, you know, mental?
Okay, well, main thing is that, like, I'm not gonna let this guy beat me. Like, I train, like me, I make sure I train hard and for every single fight, every single tournament that I'm in. So it's just like the guy across the ring, I'm just like, you're not gonna beat me at all because you didn't put in the work that I put in. You didn't train as hard as I know you didn't, because I know what I put myself through, and there's no way you would have survived if you would have, you know, did the things that I did. So it was, so it's that, and then while the fight is going, like, I would say, like, let's say if I get caught with a shot or something like that,
Right.
it's always best to stay calm, because if you're anxious and you can get caught again, it's really dangerous. So let's say if I get caught with a shot or something, I'm like, all right, that was a good shot, but why should I get mine? Mine's is gonna be 2 times as worse. You know, it's just kind of like a competitive thing to where you just know, like, you're gonna try and do everything to make sure that you're just gonna win the fight and try to overwhelm your opponent. You know, every fight you're not gonna get that. You know, you can't overwhelm your opponent every single fight. You're gonna have some tough ones coming, but that's just the goal, just to either just dominate or stop the person. You know, in each fight, that's the goal for me. I don't like getting close decisions and stuff like that. Like, I want to just dominate unanimously all the time.
Decisive.
Yeah, exactly.
So when, you know, let's say somebody catches you slipping, right? Somebody gets a good shot on you, you're on the canvas, or, you know, you're taking off your game a little bit. Is there, in order to stay calm, is there a moment in time? Is there a thing you think about, like, maybe it's a movie, maybe it's something somebody said to you that's going on in here, like, okay, like, this is what's going to settle me down, and this is what's going to get me back into my groove and ready to get back into this fight?
So it's funny that you said that, right? Because that actually did happen to me. This happened to me. The one and only time it happened to me. It happened to me 2018 in the USA qualifiers. It was basically a qualifying tournament for another tournament later that year, and I was fighting in Tennessee for this. I was fighting this tall guy, and he was southpaw. And at the end of the second round, the 10-second warning came. They knocking on the 10-second warning came. Right. And then I tried to rush in and try to, like, you know, do like a big finish when really I was ready to run it around. I could have just, you know, went away, but he came in rushing and he just rocks me to the left straight. Wow, just catch me right on my, he just sits me down. And it was funny because I was laughing, like, it was funny to me. I'm like, yo, this is how it feels to get knocked down. Like, this is crazy. So, what got me focused, to be honest, that was just my competitive attitude. Like, that never happened to me. You're not gonna get away with this.
Right.
You're not gonna get away with this. Like I'm gonna get you. That third round. Like I was like, I'm gonna get you. Like this is really like I like you're not gonna live to tell about this kind of thing. Like that's my mental. Like but I remember in between rounds because that was like at the end of the round when like I got up and then so they let us go to the corners and sit and coaches was talking to me. I'm not listening to anything he's saying. I'm just looking at across the ring. I was like, okay, that was good. Watching I get you, like watching I get you. This is you done messed up. You done woke up something. You should have never did that. You know what I mean? So that kind of what goes on through my mental. I don't know what works for anybody else. They probably go through certain things, and no, me, I'm like, okay, you hit me. Now you just messed up. You just you
So what you had a fight like that. You had a moment like that. What would you say is the toughest fight? What is the most physically demanding fight you've ever had? Who is the toughest person you had to go against where they tested your will from start to finish?
Oh man, I've had a lot of fights. I've had over 200 fights, but I will tell you, I do remember this one fight. I was in 2015 Olympic qualifiers. And this specific fight was, if I was to win this fight, I get a place in the Olympic trials to be able to fight in the 2016 Olympic Games.
Wow. Yeah.
To Olympic Games. So it was just like this fight where he was really important. I fought this guy named Joust Gonzalez. Man, first round, like I'm just like I saw I was way faster than him, and a lot of his punches was really slow. So I'm just like, dang, like this is who I'm fighting. Like he's slow, like you know what I mean. None of his punches were connecting yet. Dude, he came in with like a 1-2. He hit me to the body. Boom. Oh man, took all the wind out of me. I was just like, oh, like I grabbed him, and then it was just like I was just trying to survive that round, that whole round. He was just on me because he saw that he hurt me, so he just on me, just trying to get like a standing 8 count or trying to finish me off. And I survived it. I boxed really well. Used my IQ to survive the round. My coach is just like, yo, man, what happened? What's wrong with you? What are you doing? I'm like, man, he caught me with a good shot. And he was like, come on, man, it's this fight right here. You have to win this fight. It's the last fight, so you could go and fight in the trials. You qualify yourself, get your place in the trial. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna suck it up. I sucked it up, and I just second round, I just took over, man. And I was just he kept trying to go to my body, and I was just blocking the body well and carrying off, really well, and just backing him up and showing him I wanted to win the fight. I'm still here. And then the third round, we were just banging back and forth, and he was he was much bigger than me as well too. He was a Mexican dude, just super tough, just tough. I was cracking him with everything in the kitchen sink, but he just was not being phased at it by all. He was just coming straight at me. But it was just a lot of times I just boxed him pretty well, and I just knew what the judges want to see. And I came out with the victory. It was a split decision victory. And man, I cried like a baby after that. It tested my will, really. That fight right there, it made me realize how strong I was, how strong my will was, that fight. So, I really wanted it, and that was nothing that I felt like was going to stop me, even if it was him or anybody else.
So let me ask you, because switching gears for a minute, because I saw an interview where you were talking about how important it is to be a mentor and really coach younger guys and, give younger guys their due, their chance, and really do what you can to bring them along. Mm-hmm. Why is that so important to you?
I mean, well, to be honest, I'm a boxer and everything like that, but I feel like God has put me in this platform to put me on this platform to, to have that influential power, because what I want to do, I want to be known as more than a boxer. It's just, I just feel like I like helping people. That's just my thing. That's my drive. I like, helping people and making sure certain people can get even, near their goal. And then just things of that sort just makes me happy. I remember the first time someone had told me I was their role model. Dude, I'm 23. I'm young, and for somebody to tell me, someone to tell me that I'm their role model, that just put like a shock in my heart. I'm like, really? Like, I'm your role model? Like, you have people looking up to me? Like, that made me feel so good. So that it really made me want to, like, continue to, like, talk to kids, tell kids about my story, because, I have a really compelling story. Coming up from Brownsville and the life experiences that I had, like, I've lost a brother and a family, so it's just like, and through all of that, I still made sure, like, I kept my head focused on the mission. I kept my head focused on what I needed to do and make sure, I don't get, too bummed out about the things that I go through. I make sure, like, I just use it as motivation to make sure, like, I get everything finished. So I always want people that are going through similar situations or even worse situations that I'm going through, that let them know that things are possible once you put your mind to it. Everything is possible once you put your mind to it. And it's just simply as that.
No, absolutely. I wanted to ask you that, a tragedy, sorry for your loss, losing your brother like that, it definitely weighs heavy. So,
Definitely.
Something like that, you're able to persevere, and just, how's the approach? Is it you take it day by day, and, you just go about your business, and, like you said, just keep a level head as best as possible?
Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly the only thing you can do, because you have to take it day by day. You have to let time, people, like, they try to give you advice on how to, work, throughout that whole situation after a tragedy like that. But it's just like, the only thing that's going to heal that is time. Like, you're not trying to, at that point, you're not trying to hear, do something to get your mind off it, because you can't keep your mind off of it. That's not something that you could just not think about.
Right. Right.
You're not trying to hear, like, a lot of things like, oh, just continue doing what you're doing. You're not trying to hear anything from anybody. You just have to let the time, pass. And, you're never going to forget about it. You're always going to be that hurt, but you're still going to be able to deal with it better. You're going to be able to live your life and learn to accept the fact that important person is gone. So it's just that simple. And I feel like it took a while. Everybody has their own way they mourn. Like, everybody mourns differently. Some people mourn and they're done with that process quicker than others,
Right.
But I can't force or rush anybody to, like, get over a situation like that, like a death in the family and things of that sort. You just have to let, like I said, just time pass by.
No, you know what, man, that's great. That's all you can do. And, life tests us, right? So
Yeah.
it's just about doing the best you can and moving on, and, really just taking it one day at a time. And obviously, you've done that, and not only are you surviving, but you're thriving and you're moving on, and, you're doing a lot of great things. And, it's awesome to see people that work hard, put their all into it, and you see the results start coming, you see the rewards start coming. So, man, God bless.
Thank you.
Really.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
I wanted to ask you, where, speaking of, growing up in Brooklyn, and I wondered this.
Yeah.
Nickname come from? Shoo Shoo. How'd that happen, man? I like that. Where'd that come from?
Everybody asks me that question, but honestly, it's just a baby name. My mom and my dad, they called me Shoo Shoo when I was a baby. My dad's name is Bruce as well, too. He's Bruce Sr. and I'm Bruce Jr. So it's just like, I'm not going to keep saying Bruce in the house and both of them are looking back like, what?
Right.
Like, who? And so, yeah, no, but Shoo Shoo is just always a baby name, though. They just called me that, since I can remember. But it does have an Egyptian meaning, though. And the Egyptian meaning is the one who rises above all. So, like, I guess that kind of fits.
Right.
I like that. I like that name. So, and everybody.
Is it on your trunks?
Yeah. I have that on my trunks and everything. Shoo Shoo is just unique. Is a unique name to me. So, I love it.
That father-son thing with the name, yeah, we have that in my house.
Oh, yeah, you got that?
Yeah, we got that in my house, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. That's just what it is.
During training, I like like personal things.
Yeah.
During your training, like, what's your go-to music playlist? Like, what's come on, who you got flowing through the headphones?
Well, my go-to, like, I listen to a lot of artists. Like, I listen to, like, Lil Uzi Vert. I listen to Meek Mill and all them guys. But my go-to artist is 50 Cent, particularly the Get Rich or Die Trying album.
50's got you ready to go to war. So
Yeah, like, you know, it's just ready. You know, my favorite song to listen to right before I get to the ring.
Right.
Patiently waiting for. Oh man.
Eminem. Oh man.
Patiently waiting is my song, man. I swear. I love that
I
song.
like that song. Yeah, that's a banger.
Yeah. That's the song I listen to right before I go inside the ring.
You gotta have that with. Did you consider adding Eminem's Godzilla into that one?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna listen to Eminem. I haven't listened to Eminem in a long time, to be honest. I haven't listened to Eminem in a long time. I'm gonna listen. I'll listen to that though. I'll try it. I'll listen to that.
Do you so training obviously that's 50 Cent and that's your go-to, but like do you like anything else? Do you like house? Do you like country? Do you like
I like you know what else I like? I like jazz. Like I like listening to James Brown.
nice?
Like Jackson. I love listening to Michael Jackson. Like sometimes even old R&B, because even sometimes when you're in the gym, you like to have fun and dance and stuff like that. So
Right.
So yeah, I like listening to all different type of stuff.
I'm gonna get you in on the house wave. I got you. I'm gonna send you.
All right, cool. All right, cool. All right.
Wait, so all right, we got your music. Now what about movies? What's your favorite boxing movie? There's like a million, but I mean, I feel like I know the answer, but I gotta hear you say it.
Funny, you know what's funny? I actually hate boxing movies.
What?
Like, I hate them because they exaggerate boxing so much, and it's some things in the movies are not true. Like I hate Rocky movies. Like
Oh man, I thought that was gonna be your favorite.
I don't like Rocky movies because it's like the only reason why I like the story being told. Don't get me wrong, I like the story being told,
Right.
but the actual fighting, you're not gonna see guys get clipped with 7 right hooks at one time. Just that's not happening. Like incorporate actual boxing moves. But that's the reason why I like Creed 1 and 2. They actually incorporated actual boxing moves, like the shoulder roll and certain moves. Like you're supposed to do that, make it more realistic. Like I love Creed 1 and 2, like for those reasons. And the story was also compelling. Like Rocky, I love like the story of Rocky, great. You know what I mean? But I just didn't like how they just exaggerated it and like dramatized the fighting. Like at least learn the basics and the combinations and stuff like that before you even make the movie about any boxer. That's what I kind of like.
It's funny you say it because Creed 2 is on last night, so I was like, wow, I gotta watch it. So like I was watching it. I love the Creeds, and I like to spin off a lot. And Michael Jordan's a great actor, and like he got ripped.
Yeah, he is.
Dude, like what do you got? What you got going on? Let me send me that workout plan and that diet plan. But I think what I think that also goes back to like choreography because remember the Rocky movies, they were in the 70s and the 80s, and technology, choreography wasn't there yet, and obviously like Creed, they've had more time to look at that and say, okay, like, what, maybe we can make it a little more fight realistic. And then, I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like maybe fighting styles in the 70s and the 80s were a little bit different. Like, at least in that movie, like that's heavyweights, where they're just like, slugging it out. And I don't know about that. I don't know,
No, that's no. You're actually right because you could tell like they did their homework when they did Creed 2. Like they really did their homework. They even incorporated even actual boxing trainers. Like if you see in Creed 2, they had
Andre Ward.
They had Andre Ward. They had Barry Hunter. He's a famous trainer. Coach Bug. I forgot his actual names. Oh man, but he's like a famous pad man. Like he does pads with like Javante Davis and a lot of other guys, and he just does these fancy pads like really fast and stuff like that. Like they incorporated those type of people inside,
Right?
Not Mr. T and you know what I'm saying. Like they incorporated actual boxers in these films, and how could a boxer like me not love that?
No, absolutely. So obviously you love Floyd Mayweather. That's your guy.
Yeah.
Who else do you like? Like Triple G? You like Canelo?
I love Canelo. I love Canelo Alvarez. Right now, he is the face of boxing. I love Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence, Javante Davis. I love how the guy fights. Like he's entertaining to watch all the time. Tevin Farmer. hopefully they'll get a fight. Danny Jacobs also as well. He's from Brownsville as well too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a number of guys that I love watching right now. Another guy that's like he's a new favorite of mine, but Tyson Fury. He's a new favorite of mine.
The
Like
Gypsy King. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dope. Like I love that dude so much. He carries so much charisma. He's so charismatic and he's funny. Like I like him a lot.
Well, that fight with Wilder, is I love those heavyweight fights. I mean, Wilder's in sick shape. I mean, Fury's got kind of the dad bod, just like crazy.
Yeah.
Fury has like if DK Metcalf was like 3 inches taller and a fighter, that'd be like Deontay Wilder. He has no body fat on him. It's insane. I'm like, dude.
You know what's funny? You know what's going on right now is like they're making the fit guys like look like it's no reason to be fit. Look at Andy Ruiz and you put Anthony Joshua to stop Anthony Joshua, and then you got Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder. And Andy Ruiz, he was big and pudgy. Tyson Fury, dad bod, and Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, they were both fit guys. They got beat by those type of guys. That's just so weird, But at the end of the day, it actually doesn't really matter about the physique. To be honest, it does. What it matters about the mentality and the ability inside the ring. To be honest, like the physique doesn't really matter to a certain extent. So
all mental. So like, obviously you love boxing. Like, what else do you like besides boxing? You like football? You like baseball, basketball?
Yeah, I love watching football and basketball. Like I was watching like basketball before I even started boxing. Football, I had to love like in football, like watching it. But yeah, like even like when I'm not boxing, like I just like sitting back watching movies and stuff like that, or like just probably like going somewhere, like going out. Like I like just like probably just like going out, keep myself busy. But if to be honest, boxing is my life. So it's just like if I'm doing anything, it's boxing. So if I'm not boxing, I'm just chilling, I'm relaxing, I'm recovering to for the next training the next day or something.
Tell me, what's the next step here? Coronavirus put a halt on everybody's life. You're the 2020 U.S. Olympic trial champ.
Yeah, thank you.
The 125-pound king. What's going on with that? What's the next steps here?
Right now, just being at the Olympics where I pushed from this year to July 23rd of 2021. It's just to wait on that. Right now it's just to continue keeping myself in shape, continue training, continue winning the fights throughout the year, and then get that Olympic gold, and then after that turn professional. Because this is, like I said, like this is my second go around for the Olympics. I tried for the the Olympic team, alternate. I didn't even get a chance to really fight for the Olympic spot, but yeah, I was the Olympic alternate for the 2016 team, and it's my second go around. So after this, I'm going pro.
What's the next fight you got coming up before now with the Olympics being pushed?
Everything isn't set in stone, but from my knowledge right now, the plan is to fight in August to like get back busy, just to like not feel
tune up,
rusty. Yeah, tune up. Just a tune up fight for October. October should be the qualifiers for the Olympics. So we never got it. The Americas, we never got a chance to get our Olympians from because the qualifiers had got canceled from the whole pandemic. But yeah, October, that tournament should be held then, and that's probably all we're gonna be doing up until the Olympics, to be honest.
And then just training and recovering. That's great, man.
Yep.
Honestly, I wish you the best. You got a bright future ahead of you. Just one day at a time. Keep it focused, and I want to see you in the Olympics. I want to see you hoisting that gold.
You will. Trust and believe that. You will.
Bruce Carrington, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it.
No problem. Oh, yeah. One more thing.
Yeah.
I just want to follow people to follow me and continue watching my journey on in my Instagram, Bruce_Carrington, my Facebook, Bruce Carrington Jr., Twitter, B_Carrington1. And I also have some apparel on Snazzy-Apparel1 at Shopify.com.
I gotta check that out, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I watch my film, Brownsville Born. You can check it out on brownsvilleborn.com.
Sounds good. Bruce Carrington, appreciate it. I'm
Thank
John
you.
Venezia.